Hello everyone and welcome to Bring It On Books for February. This is just a little segment where I talk about all the books I'm looking forward to coming out in the upcoming month. So yes, let's just get started. There are 6 books this month and we are going to start off February with one of my most anticipated books of 2015. Book number 1 is The Ruby Circle, which is the 6th and final book of the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. The Bloodline series is a spin-off of the Vampire Academy, which I devoured in 2014 and I've devoured now. I love Adrian, love him to death. Love, 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 love. So I'm really excited to see how book number 6 turns out, and I want it in my hands like so soon. It's so close and it's so far away. I didn't mention it before, but The Ruby Circle comes out on February 10th. Book number 2 also comes out on February 10th, and it is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And this is the first book of a series going to come out, and I heard about it from Epic Reads Tea Time, and I saw the cover and I was like, I don't even really care what the book is about. I just want the book in my hands and on my shelf because the cover is gorgeous. But the plot, it also sounds really good. So in this world, I guess there are people with silver blood and with red blood, and people with silver blood have like special powers, and the main character is working in the Silver Palace, and she's a red blood, but she finds herself with powers that can destroy the Silver Rule and all that fun stuff. So it sounds good, and the cover, just that. Book number 3 comes out on February 24th, and that is Shadow Study by Maria V. Schneider. I have not read Poison Study, so I'm a little confused if this book is the start of a new series, because it seems like it's part of the Soul Finder series. It's like, it says on Goodreads Soul Finder number 1, but it's labeled under Poison Study and it still is the same character, so I'm guessing it's a spin-off, but I don't know. I haven't read the Poison Study. I want to, and I've just been waiting because I heard that there was another book in the series coming out, so now I can read it and enjoy it because everyone else seems to really enjoy it. If you're as clueless about Poison Study as I am, from what I can tell and give a brief synopsis, is the main character, Yelena. She is going to be executed for murder, but then she's given this reprieve, and that she can take and taste test the king's food and, you know, risk being assassinated by the poisons in there. And I guess crap goes on and things go down, and I'm not sure what those things are. Book number 4 also comes out on February 24th, and that is Unleash, which is the second book and I think the final in the duology of the Uninvited series by Sophie Jordan. I read the first book last year and I did a review discussion, so that'll be linked down in the About section below if you want to go and see my review of the first book. But the second book is coming out and I can't wait to finish the duology. But again, for people who don't know what this series is about, in the first book we have the main character who is diagnosed with having this gene in her DNA that means that she is a preemptive killer, that she will kill someone sometime in her life. It's her struggle to, is she going to fall into this category or will she overcome it? And if I also remember correctly, I really liked the ending of the first book. It kind of wrapped everything up, but was kind of open-ended, so when I heard that there was a second book, I was really excited. So, yay! Book number 5 is also, again, on the 24th of February, and I'm so excited for this one, oh my god! And it is A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab. And last month, or December, so yeah. So last month, oh goodness gracious. So last month I read Vicious, and that was my first Victoria Schwab book, and I loved it. And I know I'm just going to devour and love A Darker Shade of Magic, and I'm still not really sure what it's about. I know there's parallel Londons, and that's all I really remember, but it sounds awesome. Book number 6, the last book of the month, is the second book, and I don't know if it's a duology or a trilogy, but it is Salt and Stone, which is the second book to Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. Now, originally, I wasn't really sure about reading this book. The first book is kind of described as a mix between Pokemon and the Hunger Games, and I just wasn't sure how they were going to mesh. However, Jamie from Ermiger Books, she has been ranting and raving about that series for as long as I can remember, so I think in February I will pick up Fire and Flood and then Salt and Stone, because why not? All of the books that I just mentioned will be down below in the About section, and I'm going to put up the first book if it's like in a series. I'm going to put the first book up in the series, and then you can kind of go to whatever book you want to go to, if that makes sense. I just don't want someone clicking on the wrong link to a book that's like, for instance, the Ruby Circle, the 6th book in the series, and having people read it and be like, oh my god, I know what's going to happen, because that kind of sucks. So again, first book linked down below in the About section to all the series that I mentioned, and yes, that is February, so it's going to be a good reading month, I can already assume and imagine. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Goodreads, Tumblr, and Twitter. And until next time, bye! This book series took me by complete surprise, and it is one of my new favorite series, and it is fantastic.